we care to remark on the amendment before us? Representative France of the 42nd. You have the floor, sir.
Thank you, Madam Speaker, and I rise in support of the amendment for all the reasons that were laid out. I think the question of whether the banks would be involved or interested in making these loans by a guarantee of CHFA belies the point that they're on the hook for the majority of the loan regardless. CHFA does not guarantee the entire loan, it guarantees a portion. So I think that the merit of that argument is limited. The other factor involved in this is essentially it's guaranteed by the executive order of the President of the United States, who is going to pay all these affected workers, whether they are furloughed or whether they are working without pay. So I think for those two reasons, I think that belies the concern of whether banks would be interested whether CHFA is a guarantor or not. But I'm concerned about the precedents that we're setting related to this particular issue. Where does it stop? You know, I go back, and it is not that long ago in our state's history where federal employees were affected by a RIF, 1991. A significant reduction in force at the federal level. Thousands of federal employees were let go, and we did nothing other than offer unemployment compensation. Little after that, the Seawolf program was canceled, and Electric Boat had significant layoffs. Thousands of employees in southeastern Connecticut were laid off, and we effectively did nothing at the legislature save the unemployment compensation program that is part of state law. So I'm curious as to the rationale for now, in this moment, of doing this amendment, this proposal to guarantee loans by the taxpayers of the state of Connecticut, essentially a 9-month interest-free loan. The fact remains that as soon as the shutdown is over, within 2 weeks, every federal employee will be made whole. So I'm not clear as to why we are giving 9 months interest-free on a loan that is beholden and guaranteed by the state of Connecticut. I myself, while I was on active duty, had to go without a paycheck. It certainly wasn't for more than a few days, but that is the reality of taking employment. Certainly I was in uniform, a little different than being a government employee, but that is the contract that they sign. And one thing that this does not cover, and is not even being discussed so far that I have heard, is the fact of the government contractor. The fact is that government contractors who have employment on the installations at the submarine base or any other military installation are directed not to go to work. Why? Because it would be unfair to the federal employees that are furloughed and are not there. But they don't have the backing of the state of Connecticut. They don't have the backing of a payment from the federal government from the president, guaranteed by the president's executive order. If they want to get paid, they get to take vacation. Or if they have it offered sick time in order to maintain a paycheck. This is picking a particular group of employees in the state of Connecticut and setting it apart from another group of employees that is not guaranteed to receive any back pay. This is on its face unfair. And I'm not advocating to expand it to cover these contractors, but that is the reality. I have constituents in my own district that have talked about the times when they had to go without pay for a week and a half. And they're in the same position as many of the employees, the federal employees they are now, except they didn't have a guarantee that they would be restored and full pay given back to them. So for all those reasons, I don't understand the reason for this, the rationale for this bill. I think this amendment is a reasonable compromise that provides an opportunity for a private business, a bank, to take care of the citizens that have need. It removes the taxpayer from liability. It limits the duration of the payback from 9 months interest-free, which nobody has access to a reasonable amount of time following the end of the shutdown of 60 days, and ultimately lays whole and maintains the municipalities the ability to defer payment of any taxes as well as the interest that's accrued. So I rise in support, and I thank you for the time.